fans, welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Alright, we got a special middleweight matchup that I want to talk about today. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly, and also help the channel grow. Alright guys, getting right into it, we got Phil Hawes taking on Brunno Ferreira in the middleweight division. I think January 13th on a Johnny Walker versus Magomed Ankalaev 2 card on the prelims, and a fucking barn burner of a matchup, right? You got Phil Hawes, who he's 1-4 out of his last 5, but before that, I mean, just 2 years ago, he was looking like an absolute world beater. He might have even been ranked, had wins over against guys like Kyle Dawkins, Nasruddin Imavov, Jacob Malkoun. I mean, he was really looking like a problem, you know, and a guy who seemed a little bit shorter, a little bit not as lengthy in the middleweight division, but man, he just fucking built like a Greek god. He looked good, man. He looked the part, and he was fucking he was winning good fights. And he ran into Chris Curtis, and that was kind of it, you know. He was looking good against Chris, and then Chris just said, "Not fucking today. I'm not going to let you bully me," and was able to finish him by the end of the first round. Since then, he lost a grappling match to Andre Petroski. He was able to finish Duran Win in a fight where I kind of saw that coming. You know, Duran, you know, he's primarily a wrestler and very undersized for his weight class. So to see Phil Hawes get that victory and get himself back into the winning track was impressive. But then he ran into Roman Dolidze, who just fucking annihilated him. And then most recently, Ikram Aliskerov just kind of did the same thing. I mean, and just like when he gets knocked out, man, it's not pretty. And Phil, he looks so good until he doesn't, right? I think his physique is so big to his detriment, because I was fighting guys who he probably really shouldn't be fighting, but he's so fucking big, no fat, all muscle. How low can he really go when it comes to weight classes? And I think that's kind of really the problem with Phil. You know, he's good, he's fast, but when he comes to getting hit by these guys who are real middleweights, who are cutting like crazy, who are just bigger than him, stronger than him, just he's gonna kind of struggle. And I can say the same for his opponent in Brunno, right? Where Brunno started off hot within the UFC career, was I think 9-0. Then he was able to fucking knock out RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez in just phenomenal fashion, where he was a huge underdog in that fight. But then he followed up with his match against Nurlston. Ruzibiev? I fucked that all up. But Nurlston, most recently, I think it was sometime last year. I want to say maybe June or July, where I mean you could see the huge length. I think the guy had like an 8-inch reach advantage against Brunno, and just put him out. He was just trying to find the range, using his leg kicks, just trying to get a feel and find his range against Nurlston, and got put the fuck out. I mean, in the same way that kind of Phil Hawes did against Ikram, and that's why I like this matchup. It's a good matchup. You have two similarly built guys, a little bit undersized for the weight class. Brunno, who really, I mean, he just burst onto the scene, so he's kind of a tough cookie to crack, because all of his fights were first round knockouts, basically. I mean, literally, I'm looking at 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, 1 minute into round 2, 2 minutes of round 1, 3 minutes of round 1, 12 seconds of round 2, 4 minutes of round 1, 1 minute and 53 seconds round 1. I mean, all the way up to his first round victory to Gregory Rodriguez. So the guy goes out there and he finishes fights fast. He has submissions. He has knockouts. He's dangerous everywhere. And going against a guy like Phil Hawes, who is equally as dangerous everywhere, but has a penchant of just getting knocked out, I'm really curious to see how Brunno's confidence after getting his first knockout loss against a guy who's, I mean, at this point, Phil really has nothing to lose here in the UFC. I mean, I think another knockout loss, he's probably going to be cut, unfortunately, because I think Phil is a world-class fighter. He's been getting knocked the fuck out lately. But nonetheless, man, I think this is going to be a great fight. I think Brunno, if his confidence is still intact, I think we're probably going to see him get the dub. But Phil, man, he's experienced, he's been there, he's got nothing to lose, and there's nothing more dangerous than a guy with his back against the wall and nothing to lose, who also himself has one-punch knockout power. So I'm interested to see this fight. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comment section, what you guys think is going to happen between Phil Hawes and Brunno Ferreira. Love to hear your guys' thoughts. That's going to do it for today, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. And that's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.